As a kid, we all dreamt of owning a supercar, but they were just simply too expensive. But what if I told you the supercar market has crashed and you can own a supercar for less than a BMW M4? How is that possible? Well, we will get onto the answer to that question. But for now, which bargain supercar should you buy and why?
Car market crash.
Car market crash.
Car market crash.
The last few years have not been easy on anyone, as the economy has been on a horrible downward spiral. But with every negative, there is a positive. So before I show you my choice of 5 bargain supercars available today, let's just look at how extreme these price drops can be, even on some of the latest and most fashionable cars in the world. The Porsche GT3 RS. Now, less than 2 years ago, these were selling for £500,000. And right now, you can pick them up for less than half, at 220 grand. Lamborghini's cream of the crop V12 hybrid. Now, when these first came out, this 1,000 horsepower powerhouse were fetching 800 grand. And the cheapest on the market right now is nearly half price at 460k. Both of these cars, relatively speaking, are a good deal, but they are still huge amounts of money. But good news, right now it is a buyer's market and there are lots of low price supercars which have become great value for money. So here are my top 5 supercars to buy right now. First up, the epic McLaren 600 LT. You ready for this? For the money, this car is unbelievable. This is crazy, it's like a race car. Some really cool features about the 600 LT. First of all, the amazing snowplow front splitter, beautiful spoked wheels. This rear diffuser is crazy, and apparently that's £25,000. Now this here is fireproof coated because those there spit flames, and not the tune ones. Every single one, every stock car lights up the night sky. It's epic. And what I really like about this car is simplicity. All you see everywhere, which I'm a big fan of, is Alcantara. Nice now, isn't it? Beautiful. This is amazing. Now what you've got to think is, this looks like a hypercar. From the outside, a lot of people won't know which one you're driving. So they might think you're in a £1.5 million P1 or a bargain supercar like this. So it's rear-wheel drive, so it literally feels like a race car, and it definitely sounds like one. And to the rear wheels is 600 horsepower. Tunnel! Well, it's a bridge. So, with the McLaren badge and sounding and looking as good as this does, you'd think this car comes with a ridiculous price tag. Right then, Josh, how much was this car new?
This is over 260.
And what's it for now?
133.
And it's done 10,000 miles.
Yeah, well, it's just less than that actually.
This McLaren is the same price as a brand new BMW M5. And personally, I know which one I would rather have. 130 for a deal?
You offering?
No, we've got 5 to look at, yeah. But what an absolute bargain. These cars have been watching for a few years now, and they are hardly losing any value. Nice looking car, this. Big shout out to Hope and Hope for allowing us to test drive this great car. And this is just the start. The other 4 cars that we are driving today are as good or even better. Let me show you car number 2.
We gon' find out soon.
This is the Maserati MC20, a V6 rocket ship. I know what you're all thinking, V6, but this is 3-litre twin turbo, 621 horsepower. And positive for so many of us, none of that hybrid electric nonsense. Just a great sounding, petrol burning work of art. It's very agile. It feels a little bit like a racing car, but it's super smooth as well. It's not clunky, it's not messy, it's very well put together. Now, would you guys choose a Lamborghini? Would you choose a Ferrari, even a McLaren over a Maserati? Maybe, but this is proper value for money. Now, I do like a rare car, and this is extremely rare. They only made 52 in the whole of Europe last year. Now, that's not because it's a limited number, that's because nobody bought them. And why? Maserati. They haven't made a supercar in 50 years, especially a production model. And one of its reasons for its low sales is the astronomical price tag. Lamborghini money for a Maserati, but it still ticks all of the boxes. This car is great value for money, and with only 3,000 miles on the clock, it's as good as new. Supercar looks, beautiful supercar doors, and supercar performance. Now that sounds perfect, but not if you bought this new. So this is Richard from Motorvolt, who kindly let us drive this today. Right, how much was this new?
Just under £250,000.
And how old is this?
It's 2 years old.
So still a year's worth of manufacturer's warranty?
That is correct.
How many miles?
3,100 miles.
And how much can somebody buy this for today?
£145,000.
Which is ridiculous value, so that's nearly half price. And that manufacturer's warranty, if it does go wrong, especially a car this technical, can be very important. This is a very good looking car, but for me, it's lacking a bit of the thrill and excitement we felt in the McLaren 600 LT. But our next car might just blow our first two out of the water, and it's less money. Right, ready?
Yeah.
Here we are again.
Can't beat that switch.
It's amazing, isn't it? The perfect blend of performance and usability. The Lamborghini Huracan. The baby Lamborghini is 610 horsepower, powered by its famous 5.2 litre naturally aspirated V10. I thought the 600 LT was good, but this is next level. And this particular car has a few upgrades, which also seem a bit of a bargain. This here has come from Alibaba. So it's got rear spoiler, front splitter, and the side skirts, and an aftermarket exhaust, and a steering wheel, all in £4,000. And in my mind, even the exhaust would be worth that much, as it totally transforms this car. Well, that was worth £4,000 by itself. There aren't many cars in this price bracket which sound as good as this Huracan. How nice is this?
The colour looks so good.
It's beautiful. Look at that.
It looks as good as the new ones.
Yeah, that's the thing, like this, the shape hasn't even changed that much, even the Temerario. But that's a good looking car, isn't it?
Can I drive?
No, obviously not. Quite obviously not. Bridge, bridge. I could have executed that a lot better, couldn't I? Oh. Like if you had a sports car, an M3, you know, C63, if you jumped into this, it's not going to kill you. In fact, it's probably safer because you've got the four-wheel drive. This is supercar performance, but without, you know, there isn't so many supercar problems. It's still relatively high. It's got the lift option as well, but it's safe. And of course, maybe the best bit, for this price, you are getting the coolest supercar badge right now, the Lamborghini Bull. Now with a Lamborghini, you go one of two ways. You either go black, grey, white, or you go all in with a Arancia Barraris triple layer paint. Now, I say all in, the paint alone on this car was £16,000 for a pot of paint. 16 grand extra. And this car, the spec is unbelievable. And considering the price you can buy these for, this literally is a timeless classic which practically no longer loses money. It's as good as free motoring. Glass engine bay, again, a great option on a car like this because you want to see that amazing 610 horsepower V10, and this of course is the last of the naturally aspirated V10s because the Temerario has been ruined with a V8. Forged carbon engine bay, again a massive expense, God knows how much that was, but it looks beautiful, doesn't it? The Huracan is a model I am a huge fan of. Over the last 10 years of manufacture, I have had nearly every variation the Italian giants have released. And this one is one of the first they ever made back in 2015. So now this car is for sale right now at Supercar Rooms. This was what, new?
210, 215.
Okay, and you're selling it right now with 9,000 miles on for
130.
wow. That's a massive jump, isn't it? For, you know, like that is an amazing price. But even better, in 2019 you sold this car for
145.
So in 6 years, it's devalued £15,000, which is absolutely madness. To put into perspective, that's $2,500 a year. Whilst a BMW, you can expect to lose at least double that. But a Lamborghini, an Italian supercar, cost a fortune to service. But how much is service?
With us, you are looking 850 plus the VAT.
And that's the thing, like when a car's out of warranty, you do not need that official stamp. You can bring it to the professionals, you've got a VAT invoice done by proper people, and it can be a fraction of the price. So again, there's a for and against about a car being in and out of warranty. And the biggest positive about a Huracan is they seem bulletproof. Over the last 10 years of owning these, the worst I have had is a flat tyre and a slightly tweaked bumper alignment. Right, amazing car?
Definitely.
But let's now go see a very similar car, but for a fraction of the price. The Audi R8 V10 Plus, 5.2 litre naturally aspirated V10 with four-wheel drive. Sounds familiar? A lot of people are going to argue that this is the same car as the Huracan, but there is one huge difference which makes them so different in price. The badge. But is that a bad thing? And does it still drive like a supercar? I'll tell you what, this is some car. Look how stable it is. Right, it's no Huracan. It doesn't sound like a Huracan. It's not got that excitement, but the price difference is that big. It was never going to be the same car. It can't be. Thank you, Chris and Battery Cars, for trusting us with this amazing Audi R8 V10 Plus. Oh, we're in the right situation. Where are we? He's gonna go. We're gonna bottom out. Imagine all that grass like stuck on the under tray when we take it back. Oh yeah, we've messed right up here.
Oh no. It's gonna get so dirty.
Where have we come?
Does that say private road?
Yeah, we've come to a farm.
I'll watch you back. Oh, it stinks.
You alright? It absolutely stinks.
You're alright.
Smell that. We are in somebody's farm.
You're alright. Oh, watch out. Somebody come in.
But this is the best car of the choice to be stuck in this situation. And this is a car which you can use every day. You don't need a second car. Look behind you.
That's the smell.
We've made a big mistake here.
I'm getting back here.
So accidentally, we've been on a little bit of an off-road challenge, and all that wouldn't have been possible in a Lamborghini. In a Lamborghini, we'd be having 20 grand's worth of damage with the front splitter hanging off. But with this, it's definitely a more usable car. This car is for sale with Battery Cars, and I'm excited to show you guys how good of a deal this car really is. Thank you, what a great car.
No problem, Mark. Oh God, what's that smell?
Right, so how much was this car new?
£140,000 with all the extras in 2014.
So that's 11 years old, and it's only done how many miles?
12,500 miles.
Right, big one.
Yeah.
Cost, how much is this?
£63,900 on the market today.
So that's less than half price.
Way less than half price.
But more importantly, half the price of a Huracan as well. This really is a bargain supercar. 5.2 litre V10 for way less money than a BMW M4.
Right, which one would you choose? Before we see the last car, obviously the cars we've seen today are expensive, but you might be surprised on the finance deals you can get because of the lack of depreciation. All of them with similar deposits and similar terms. The McLaren is 952, the Lamborghini is 861, the Audi R8 is 321, and the Maserati is 1592. And that is where it's interesting. Now, some of those payments are low even for such a big expensive supercar because the lender sees that that car isn't going to depreciate much in the future. Now, the payments could be a lot more money on a similar price modern car because the lender knows that it's going to lose a load of dosh. And obviously you have to pay for that depreciation in your monthly payments. And the proof is in the pudding because the Maserati, a newer car, was loads of money because the lender also thinks that that's going to carry on losing money.
You can use these quotes to your advantage to pick a car which is less likely to lose money.
Now, we got these quotes from Lillian Stanley Finance because they offer the best deals, and that's simply because they are independent, so they can shop around all the lenders to get you the best percentage, while the main dealer is stuck with one lender. So if you're looking to buy a new car and want some finance, or you're looking to refinance your old car, you can head over to Lillian Stanley's website to use their online calculator to see how much money you can save. Link is in the description, and thank you Lillian Stanley for sponsoring this video. Right, let's go see the last car.
The Ferrari SF90 1000 horsepower twin turbo V8 with 3 electric motors to fill in those gaps. Hands down the fastest car I have ever driven. It's ridiculous.
That was a close one. Like the whoosh of that turbo sounds unbelievable, especially for a modern car. And one thing which is extremely cool and what makes this an amazing car, it's got qualifying mode. Woo! That is what makes this car so amazing. Jesus!
This car knocks the socks off most hypercars in performance, and when I've driven my car at its limit around a racetrack, it's been some of the most exhilarating minutes of my life.
Jesus Christ!
This car really is the quickest car I have ever owned. Faster than a Revelto, faster than a Mercedes GT Black Series, even faster than the McLaren P1. And it's literally hundreds of thousands of pounds cheaper.
So they have hypercars which are worth £1 million. 3 years later, they're worth £4 million. And that is how good this brand is. But then they made an SF90. And for some reason, it went the opposite way. Right, here she is, all nice and clean.
By a detailer?
Yes, 100%. There's a good reason why this car is a bargain, and that's simply because of depreciation. Now, some of the reason this car has lost so much money is because of the crazy amount of extras which were spec'd on this car. Now, sometimes that doesn't transfer over to the second-hand value. So basically, that money is gone.
And Ferrari's add-on extra prices are a little more costly than you would imagine.
Right, this bit. Obviously, there's two. There's one around this side. £5,000. How? Yellow brake calipers, 1,300 quid. Diamond cut wheels, 4.5 grand. Paint, extra £10,000. This bit, £3,420. These bits, £4,500. These little bits here, £2,112. The big one, which to be fair is absolutely beautiful. This diffuser, £6,720. The price of a small family car. For that little bit of carbon fibre. And it's been PPF'd extremely badly. That was £7 grand.
In total, this car has a whopping £68,000 in optional extras.
The problem there is that's a lot of money extra, which, like I said, you don't really usually get back when you sell it second hand. Obviously you'll get some, but nowhere near that full value.
And that reflects in its price. New, this highly spec beautiful car came in at £450,000. And today you can pick one up for 260 grand. Now that is still double than most of the cars that we have seen today. And here is why it's a bargain, relatively speaking, of course.
The reason being, this technology and this car is absolutely incredible. It's basically a hypercar performance for a much cheaper price. Now, a LaFerrari is 3 million quid. This thing here has the same technology and it's just as fast. So that's why this car is special in its own right. And that's why, another way, it's a, so hard to say, bargain at 310 grand.
This car's direct competitor is the Lamborghini Revuelto, and that's £200,000 more. So relatively, it's good value compared. So out of these top 5 supercars we have seen today, which do you think is the best buy?
The 5 cars we have seen today are bargains. That's simply because the market has crashed. Some of them were half price. There's rarely been a better time to buy a supercar, but which one would you choose? For me, it's this, the Lamborghini Huracan. First of all, the Huracan is a Lamborghini. It is beautiful and it has that amazing V10 engine and it's extremely reliable. I've had about 9 of these. I've never had a single problem. And a huge bonus for these cars is they don't lose masses of money, especially if you buy a 2014, which is already at the value which we have shown. So for me, the Lamborghini Huracan is the perfect all-round bargain supercar. But let me know in the comments which one you would choose. See you next Tuesday, 6 p.m.